things. Ba-ba-ba. Go over here and play music. Oop, not that music, please. Great. Push the wrong button on my stream deck. Shut up. Sorry about your eardrums. Rip. Okay. Starting a little late. Started watching Below the Stones stream. Got a little carried away over there. Anyway, so what happened since last time? I can't remember if I had doors last night, but we got doors now. Doors can be triggered by buttons. I've made it so that this button is not persistent, so as soon as I walk off of it, it will take that. I've got the levers, which I think we talked about yesterday, right? And we've got a pushable object now, right? So we can push this around in the world. It feels good to push it, right? Like you can't slide it sideways. It feels like it's got some bulk to it. You can push it in one direction at a time, right? So that makes it good for little puzzles and stuff. And if I push it over here onto the button, it activates the button all by itself. One of the issues I ran into that was originally... Oh, it just did it again. I still have to fix that. So there's cases where you come off of the collider and it doesn't recognize that the button or the doesn't recognize that the stone there is on the button still, and it will unpress itself. So I needed to debug that a little bit more, but it's a start, right? So these mechanics are what will allow me to build a dungeon, right? And dungeons are an important part of this, because without the dungeons I can't get loot, and without, well, I can't get loot from dungeons, right? And without that, then we can't progress on to the other areas and things like that. So I'm gonna set it up in such a way where while you can go mostly anywhere in the game, there will be certain points that are gated behind having an item from a certain dungeon, right? So you'll need to figure out the order to get the dungeon items, right? You'll need to go explore and get those conquered before you go on to the next one. Now, that said, I don't want to make it a pure single thread through the world, right? I don't want you to have to go to the desert first and then the swamp and then this, that, and the other. I want it to be so that you can maybe go to the swamp first, then the desert, right? But there will be certain points where you need to okay, that's something. Twitch was telling me something. Where you need to be gated and you have to get a certain item to get into this area, right? So say for example the last area, right? Maybe you'll need to get a super sword before you can go in there to fight the boss. I don't know what those gates are yet. Those gating factors are, but I know I'm gonna have them. What else? It might be a little too fast to move still. I don't know. I also need to fix the flickering of this, right? It kind of flickers on and off quite fast when it gets bugged out. We'll probably animate the door too. This was just a prototype for how can I make a button interact with things and pushables. Part of what I did for that pushable was I added another tag to the pushable itself, so I can tag multiple different looking objects as pushables and they'll still work. And that's all the button's looking for, is either pushable or player, basically, in its collider. So the door that I've got set up, it is going to... Wow, it's called FF. That was probably a mistake. It's much longer of an actual name. So if I go into it, it's like that long. The door, I need to set it up so that when you're near it and you have a key, it will unlock and open up when you push the interact button. But at the same time, it needed a collider that will stop you or prevent you from going through the door, right? So if I play the game again here, and walk into this, it physically stops me from going through that block that it's sitting in, right? And that's, of course, needed because it needs to stop the player from going through there. So I'll have to figure out a way to, like, I guess I could just add another collider. That's all I need to do, but it'll have to be a different type of collider. I want it as a trigger, right? Let's do it. Box collider 2D. And this one's a trigger. And this one's offset is going to be on this one, which is the north facing door, because there's different doors. It's going to be -1. Yeah, so if you're standing right in front of the door, you can trigger the door by pushing the interact button. Or at least that's the idea, right? So then we would need to go into our door collider script, controller script. And we need to set this. There's lots of this, right? So what I've got so far doesn't take into account whether it's locked or not. It just says this is a door. I'll need to add that. I'm not planning on doing that right now because that's going to get into some more complex stuff. I'll have to set up different sprites for each of these as well. If I want to use one single door type that could be locked or not locked, and open or not open. So we'll get there. I feel like this is awful for me, but I feel like making items, but ooh, it's gonna be dangerous. Let's go into the character one. Sprites. This. So this kind of gives me a bit of a scale, I guess, of things. So this is too big. That's 128 pixels by 128 for these 4 little mini grids. That's his arm piece. That's a shoe. That's basically 64 by 64. Thereabout. I'm almost thinking that should be the size of the key. So let's do new. Key. 64 by 64. Let's get us a nice golden yellow key color. Something like that, perhaps? Actually, do we want to marquee this out? Paste that in here. And then, what's the duplicate button? And let's just paste it more. Wait, can I transform this by stretching it? Oh yeah. There we go. And then this layer, if we move that one to the top, and let's see, can I marquee that more? Get just that part. Okay, we've got that on its own layer. Transform that down to here. And then marquee this. Oops. And paste. Transform that section. I'm just trying to cover things up here that I don't want colored a certain color, right? Wait, that was good. Paste it again, transform it up. Make it like to there. Okay, then take this little piece that's off to the side. What does it rotate? Yeah, that's it. Can you give me a magic selection, please? Really? Let's marquee it then. And then transform it exactly 90 degrees. Come on. And apply the transform, sure. So let's do this. We'll move that to the top, move all these together. We're gonna merge the layers. Okay, and then let's move this whole layer down to there. Move this. Oh gosh, that didn't work. That area. Move this down like there. And duplicate that layer again. Check, check. Oh yeah, my mic's working. Okay, and then move this up. Okay, we're doing good so far. I need to turn this into a loop though. How am I gonna do that? Let's get our pencil out on a very small scale. Nose edges. And just start drawing, I guess. Oh, we're up all the way. Okay, Control D. Let's do this on a new layer. Too much. Two, three. We're not gonna have enough room, are we? Okay, let's try this then. Oop. Let's get a circle here. And draw it out. Like if I start up, say here maybe? Let's start at that 20 mark. Okay, so that's too much. It's the 16 mark. Let's put it there first, and then this can be undone. Oops. No. I didn't mean to do what I just did. I promise. One, two. There we go. Put you there. Let's get rid of this stuff. Grab this again. Go from like the 16.5, or I guess that's a 17 mark, isn't it? That's a pretty good size if I can get the height right now. So from 18.5. Close. 21. There we go. So let's put this in the bottom layer. There we go. Let's, how am I do this? So it's from there, right? Yeah. So from that 20 mark, I'm gonna go over 2, down 2, and start there. 22 and 2. Cut that out, paste it in as a new layer. Control C, Control Shift V, so it's in the same spot. There we go. How am I gonna splice this up so I've got a center in it? That would work, right? Oh, the erase tool. On this layer though, and just get this small enough. Okay, let's try that. And then grab this color here. That'll be 1 pixel within. This almost needs to be a hard brush, doesn't it? We'll try it like this first. Boop, boop, boop. Grab that, fix that. Okay, so that would be this stripe. Then we need another stripe. Can I do that? I can. Awesome. And that doesn't screw anything up, does it? No. Cool. And then I can pick this color, which appears to be the same color. Okay, so then we go like 2 wide, and then we need 1, 2, 3 colors, I guess. That would work out. So let's do this inner one first. Grab the secondary color. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, and then the final color. Hopefully this helps sell that it's a little bit rounded like the rest of it. But more so, hopefully it looks like a key. Doesn't look like a key, I failed. That's at 100%. It's key-ish. Let's get in game, see how it looks. So let's save it. This is PSDs. Yes, I have a bad art folder. Key, yeah, just key. So PSDs for me is stored down here. There is our key. Let's load up the scene. We're always loaded. Then go back to PSD, drag this in. Focus on the camera. Oh, already there, cool. Okay, where's the key at though? Way out of the way. Reset your transform. W. There's the key next to the player. It's pretty big. It does have a key feel to it. What if I were to change the pixels per unit on this? Right now it's at 128. What if I change it to 64 or 100? I mean, sorry, makes it bigger. What if I do 128 on it so that it goes the other direction? That's pretty good. So we can put that in a chest as an item, right? And then the player gets that, and then of course, because it's a game, we need to know how many keys we have, right? So I think I need to start setting up the UI for this. So a UI canvas, this one. And we'll say overlay, right? Because this is always going to be on the screen type of thing. And on this overlay, we're going to have a, what did I do, canvas? That was not right. Yeah. Let's do another panel, sorry. UI panel. Think canvas from other things, other programming. And then inside that panel, we will see, is this one set to stretch? It looks like it is. So is that one. So let's set the background color to completely transparent. We don't care to see any of that. We'll set up another sprite, raw image. We'll try raw image, and we'll put that in it. It's showing up there, it says, but let's save. We'll set the thing to load this scene only, and look at our screen. Well, I don't see it anywhere. That's the sprite render down there. I'm going to delete you. Point filtering. Turn off compression, please. There we go. Why is this not showing? Is it really because it's out there? So we do want it to be anchored along the top, right? So Shift also sets its pivot, Alt sets its position. Why can't we see you? Your alpha's all the way up. It will not be a raycast target. Try now. I don't think it's going to show. It's not. Really? Put a negative in front of it? Nope. Where are you showing at? Scale you up? What? Okay, that's filling the whole thing. Stretch both ways. Oh, okay. Let's play the game again. I have an idea now. That panel gets deactivated. This little canvas is off right now. There's our key. -50 is actually a pretty good spot for it, actually. Let's adjust the size. It wants to stay over in that corner, which is what I want. Okay, let's add another component. Oh, that means the whole canvas got deactivated, so we'll need to change some code somewhere because there's a piece of code that's basically setting these up to hide and show. That or I just set another canvas all together. That's probably the easiest, right? UI canvas. Then we just take these two down to here. That needs to be child of that. And now if I play, if I don't hit anything, does it show? It does. So let's change this to 32 like we had. And what else? We've got the key, we've got the material. Let's add a text object to this as well. And we'll just set it to the number 0, indicating we have 0 keys right now. Want to go off of that side, I believe. And then do this. And I'm going to run this, and it's probably going to be over top of the image, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's very faint there. So let's start tweaking it in here, and then we'll go from there. So let's see. We need our X position to be moved over substantially, and our Y position to be moved down. Like that. So -16. Can we copy these values? And then out of runtime, paste into the component as values. We are in relative mode. Relative mode. Okay. Let's bump up the font size to like 28. Font color though. We'll do a white because I think we'll probably be in Dark Dungeons when we're using this the most. Can't see it at all right now. Why is that? Hey, where are you? We got full alpha. We'll make it bold. It'll be a little easier to see then, right? Might end up using text mesh pro, whatever it is. Yeah, I see that. I just seen it a minute ago. -50. -50. Where are you? I make you black. What if I turn off this? That's not the black we're seeing. Lamp filters off. That was something else I worked on off camera. Black because there's nothing here. Okay. Why can't I see you? Shoot, go to the center of the screen. Still nothing. You're enabled, you're enabled. Wait, the text is back to black? I did that, didn't I? Ha! Ha ha! Really? The font size is picky? Oh, it clips it, okay. Its box isn't big enough. Okay, so 20 at 0. 0 keys found, right? And 20 is big enough. And those coordinates should be good. Close. So bring it up a bit so it's in line with it. There we go. And it's, we'll say -13. Pause. Go. We've got a key count. And let's tag it. Key counter? I don't know how many limits of tags you can have in this game. Or in this engine. Key counter. We can find it. Okay, and then I think like I need to start setting up players' inventory stuff kind of thing, right? So add component. Player inventory. Now my inventory, my idea of an inventory for this game is going to be different than most games, right? Most games deal with item stacks and counts and maybe some special attribute. No. See, my game's not going to be that extensible, as in moddable. My game's going to be straightforward for me to code. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this class here and I'm going to say int key count. Boom. Bool has power sword. Check never spell. There we go. Bool has bow. Bool has whatever. And that will be my inventory system, right? So it's a simple yes, no, do you have it? And I'm gonna basically hard code all the items into the game into this, and I'll be done. And it will be straightforward. And when you get the item, it will set the bool to yes or to true, right? And then all of a sudden you've got the item in your inventory. And my inventory screen itself will also be basically predefined locations. And as you get the items, you can select that item. That's what you want to use. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to try and make this game something it shouldn't be, because it will fail if I try and make it that way, right? I want to make this game something that will be successful for me to do. It'll still be fun. That's the thing. Like, adding that doesn't, or doing it this way doesn't take anything away from the game, except for the ability to extend it later. And if I wanted to, I could extend it later by adding more Boolean values in here, right? So it's not impossible. It's just not possible for someone else to mod it. And modding has never been a goal of this game. So basically things that are consumable will be an integer. Things that are not consumable will be true false. That simple. So there, I mean, that's all there is to it, right? Oh, we can do public. 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 We'll do like super stupid simple stuff, right? There's no wrappers around these, because why would you need it? Nothing else is going to set this. This is my code. I'm not going to make a mod for it. That's our inventory. It doesn't even need to be a mono behavior, right? Boom, done. And yes, these names will change. I'm just using them as examples for now. We've got key count. Yay! Oh, wait. I gotta do one more thing. Equals 0. Equals false. I kind of need sounds to get this going to another level too in this thing, right? I don't have any sound assets right now to work with. Like, doo-doo-doo-doo, I got the key. All right, so let's see. Oh gosh. What if, because this class is stupid simple, this class was on the player, but this class was also on the chest? And that's how we determine what's in the chest. And they're all public, so I can set it in the inspector. That would be pretty cool. Then it's not really a player inventory, is it? It's an inventory. Could be the chest inventory, right? Do I need another class for it? I probably do. Maybe inheritance, right? So like a child class of this class that's for the chest, because the chest could have whatever these items are. And then this also could be, how many hearts do I have? What's my health currently at, right? And that could be used to determine other things. Like this is player stats. Player, this is what needs saved. So I could write a save method in here that writes all this out about the player. We'll keep it for this for now, but all those other things I think are possible within this. So let's just add... Let's rename this, I'm sorry. Call it inventory. And then wherever it's located in here. Probably in the... Oh, it's compiling. Probably in the main root folder. I have to change the name on it, right? Because it's going to fail compiling. There we go. And then I can go and put under scripts. So all these other ones should be in there too, but we'll get to there. Okay, come in here. So we don't have it open. Cool. Does not like inventory. Let's open it up. Save. Get rid of the console errors. No. Public class. What's wrong with that? Tools. Build? No. Build. Build solution. No, that's saying it build okay. Let me just look something up. See if I can figure out what's going on real quick. Unity class is missing class attribute. Extension of data class. That's there. At the same error, found that the class was once a scriptable object and the instance was created in the project. Later oh. I bet it's because down here move this. Add component. Okay, can I save this now and compile? Does it even compile? It's compiling. Why is it showing so many times? Class attribute extension of native class. Let's Google that. Let's try this. I don't think this is it, but maybe. Mono behavior. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is just take this, like this part, delete it, delete you, no. Go into the project, find inventory, delete you, yes, let it compile. It's still giving the errors. Create a new class. Inventory. There we go. Oh. Nope. Nope. It's good they gave me a different error message at least. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because we moved it around or something. Moved it around and renamed it at the same time and it did not like it. Okay, so we've got that now, and we can take this and put it on our player as soon as I see it in the thing. There we go. Oh, it has to be mono behavior to be on an object. Gotcha. That makes more sense now. I guess I've never ran into that before. Maybe I didn't try and put them directly on an object. There. Be on there already. Okay, inventory. So I'll say just like that. Leave it all like that. And then in our chest. Where are you, chest? Prefabs. Actually open this up in the prefab. It doesn't have it on the prefab, so we need to apply that to the prefab. Boop. Apply all. And chest. Interactions? Yeah. So I think the green one's the base prefab. Add inventory. And then the red is a variant off of green. Yep, and it's already got it. Cool. So now we can go to the scene overworld. Save, yeah, sure. And in the chest class, the chest that we have here, we'll say key count equals 1. Okay. And let's focus on that. Okay, so that's going to be that green chest is going to have 1 key in it, right? And then in our chest, where is it? Chest interaction script on the open. Come on. Let's do this too. So we're gonna cache a copy of the player's game object. private. Or should we cache a copy of his inventory? Let's do that. Inventory. Layer inventory. Ooh, should be on the inventory object, create a class that basically moves things to the player. That'd be cool. Or method, I mean. How would we do that? We would need some reference back to the player. We do the tag to find the player. Just create a merge that takes another inventory. Private inventory again. Inventory. We can just add all the Boolean values together and add the numeric values together, and boom, done. That's amazing. Then we can put the inventory on the items, because it's just a bunch of Boolean values. It's not going to take up that much memory. That's what we're going to do. So this inventory just got more complex. We're going to say merge, right? Public merge, public void merge. And it's going to take an inventory as another input to it, right? Or a parameter to it. And it's going to be other inventory, right? And we're going to say, yep, key count equals key count plus other inventory. OTH, sorry, spelled things wrong. Inventory dot key count. And then we'll say has power sword equals has power sword and other inventory dot has power sword. And we'll just leave it at that. We'll do the bow as well. Wait, not and, we want to or these. If one's true, we want it, not both. There we go. We'll kill the has whatever, because that's not relative anymore. Has bow, other inventory, there we go. Alright, so if it's false or true, then it's going to be true. That would work. This is stupid. Stupid simple. Oh, okay, so now on my chest, right? Chest. Here we go. We're gonna get a reference to the player basically in our collider here. So player in range. So as soon as the player is in range, we can pick up what their inventory is, right? Oh, let's do it in start. That's probably better. It'd be more efficient instead of having a slight little bit of lag. So we need to do player inventory equals game object dot find. But no, other game object, not that one. This game object dot find game object with tag. We're gonna say the tag is going to be player. We've already got that defined. And then dot get component inventory, because he's gonna have an inventory on him. And there we go. So that'll be our player inventory. We've already got my inventory set up. We need to grab a reference to it though. So that's gonna equal get component inventory. There we go. And on the open, we're going to set the open, and in set open, we're going to say player inventory dot merge, and I'm going to say my inventory. Boom. Let's play this. See if everything works. The only thing that won't really do anything is the player's not going to show it on his layer here. But I think we called this key count as a tag, right? We did not. Key counter. So on this object, on the player controller, I guess. No. Let's add another component. Player GUI. This will control the GUI, right? Based on the attributes of the player. I'm doing this. Okay, so there's that. We're going to open this script, and this script's going to get a reference to this tag, key counter, for a text object once it opens. Come on. Okay, it's going to get a reference to that game object with that tag key counter, and that object is a text object, right? So we need to go using Unity Engine .ui, I believe it is. And on start, we're gonna say what? So we want to say text. Get that one. TXT key counter equals, or not equals, like that. Text key counter equals get component game object dot find object with tag key counter dot get component, and we're gonna get the text component on it, and then we need to get the reference to the player's inventory. So inventory player inventory, and we'll do this here. Player inventory equals it's gonna be on our player itself, so we don't need to do game object, we just need to say get component inventory, like that. And then on update, we need to say text key counter equals, or dot text equals player inventory dot key count. Boom. From integer to a string, so we'll just say, gosh, no, we really don't want to do that. It's going to be a memory leak, memory hog to string maybe. There we go. Every frame concatenating strings together probably wouldn't be efficient. Okay, so there's 0. We need to go tools, main menu, start object, blah blah blah. Hit start. We're here. Our key counter is showing 0. If I go up to this one, hit E, our key counter goes to 1. Awesome. That is stupid simple. And then the door could say, when the player's in there and his key counter is greater than 1 on his inventory object, and I'm locked, and he pushes E, the lock goes away, and we're just a regular door, and then he can walk through it. Nice. Time we got 9:44. Well, I probably should end right here. We were able to accomplish something that is going to help out a lot, because I've got the framework there for building an inventory, and adding to that inventory is going to be pretty dead simple. And any chest will be able to have any item in the game by doing it this way. I've already got it set up how to do things that are numeric so that you could have more than one of them, right? So I can think of arrows, money, obviously the keys, maybe some potions. I don't know if we're gonna allow more than one, but things like that would be possible, right? Yeah. I think we're good. So let's go ahead and go to the outro screen. Thanks everybody for watching. Let's see if we can raid below the dev. Below the stone dev. Yep, they're all still streaming, so let's go ahead and hit them up. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.